Welcome to the Your Family Dog podcast, where we celebrate the special bond between families and their canine companions. Our goal is to help families and dogs grow up together, one episode at a time. Welcome back to the Your Family Dog podcast. Today I'm joined by AJ Symon, who is the author of Golden Boy, a new book about a dog that might be a boy. So we'll hear more about it. So AJ, welcome to the show. I can't wait to hear more about Golden Boy.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
So what inspired you to write the book?
Well, two things. The actual idea for the book was probably I got maybe 30 years ago when I was playing with my dog, and I was playing fetch with my dog. I was playing fetch, he was playing keep away. If you ever know what that is, if you ever tried to get something away from a dog, pretty much own you. So I chased him around the backyard for about an hour trying to get this ball away, and I was exhausted, and he was still just hopping around the backyard, and I thought, "Wow, if that dog was human, he would be an amazing running back." And then I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna write that down. That's a good idea for a story."
Right.
And then over the years, um, I tried very I was a screenwriter originally, so I had tried different takes on screenplays with that same idea over many, many years. Um And I had a little interest, but I'd never really gotten it to where it should be, and then, the sad part is I had a service dog before the service dog I have now. My service dog, Chip, died. He got a really aggressive form of cancer.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's horrible. A hemangiosarcoma, I'm sure you've heard of it.
Yes.
It just is, like, no warning signs, and then
Yes, it's awful.
yeah, and, Bubba, who's
We lost a dog in December to it.
oh, no, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
it's been an interesting year. I got to learn a lot.
It's, it losing a pet is so devastating, such a shock. I'm gonna interrupt my story about the book, but I just feel like, I don't know if you've run into this, but losing a pet, there's some people get it and some people just don't.
Don't get it.
The grief is a little marginalized, and I lost my dog 3 years ago, and I mean, I think I
Yes.
cry every day. I was
Right.
so attached to that dog, and I feel like, I mean, you notice there are groups now
Mhm.
talk about it, but it hasn't really become a mainstream thing to talk about how devastating the loss of a pet is, and I
So I think the more those of us who experience that kind of loss talk about it
mhm,
and talk about the dog we lost 15 years ago who our heart still looks for,
mhm,
I think it gives a window into it. And I just find lots of people go, "Oh, me too," but, like, thank goodness, because I can never talk about it. I think most of us have been through it, whether it was a childhood dog or cat or horse. Um, the people who lose horses, oh my goodness, that
yeah,
grief is, like, stunning. And I imagine as a uh, losing your service partner has gotta be excruciating, like,
yeah,
just excruciating.
yeah, and I was so attached to him, like, those dogs that you read each other's minds,
Your partners, yeah.
and he was about almost 10, so he was getting older, and that was I have Bubba now who's here on the floor with me. um Bubba was sort of training, shadowing him. He hadn't really fully trained yet when I lost Chip. So, um, Bubba has actually stepped up to the plate really well, but it was just such a, um, shock.
Well, and I'll give you a little bit of woo, um, which is not everyone's cup of tea, but I will tell you with a long career, in dog behavior, I do think that the dogs that go before our current dogs do somehow communicate to our current animals how best to love us. Like,
Mhm.
I think some of that there's a transference that happens, and I can't explain it, I don't know what it is, but, like, I see my current new dogs, starting to integrate behaviors that my old dogs utilized that were new, that I didn't know another dog who had done that, right? So I'm like, "Okay, so is he whispering in your ear, telling you
Yeah.
that I really like that?" Um, Maybe one day when I get to heaven, I can ask, but, it does seem that they, like, download information over time.
Mhm. And I feel like
So
they're
so the shadowing that goes on in life, there must be some sort of energetic shadowing that goes on after. So Bubba's doing a good job, he stepped up to the plate,
he is, he's really coming along really well.
and
He
is he the same breeding as like, did you go back to the same breeder?
no, he is actually Chip's nephew. He's Chip's brother's son.
Nice,
So,
nice.
but very different dogs.
Oh, yes,
Dogs, like,
absolutely.
he's he's the 4th golden retriever I've ever had, the 2nd service dog. I had Chip's dad, who was just my, um, companion. It was
Right.
my I've been lucky enough to have 2 soul dogs, I guess. Um, but, yeah, it's so funny. Chip was just like an old soul, just super mellow from the time he was a puppy. And Bubba was when he was a puppy, I was like, "Oh, I wonder if he's gonna be a service dog or if he's just gonna be our friend." 'Cause he was a little
'Cause he
he
was a
was
little whack.
he was all over the place and just I mean, he was sweet, but I was like, "Gosh, this dog has so much energy. How is he gonna be a service dog?"
But
Like,
there
he's
is a
to
magic
run.
with golden retriever boys, like, they're so derpy and silly and goofy that, like, I don't have one, but I delight in them, like, they're so funny
They are sweet. They're
and
just
just goofy,
parents.
and
Yeah.
they're like, "But I love you.
Mhm.
I was really naughty, but I love you." So, alright, so back to, Golden Boy, because I don't want because 'cause isn't the book coming out soon?
It will be out August 25th,
Oh, the end of August, okay.
so it'll be your last summer read.
Well, so here in Athens, as you know, we go back to school the beginning of August. So our
No.
back to school is not that far away already.
Oh, wow, yeah, well, we were on quarters when I was there. I think they switched over to semesters now.
Oh, I'm talking about like the public schools go back the first. Like
The
that first week in August is usually when they go back to school. And I'm like, that is too short a summer for me. But
that's a super short summer. Yeah, I liked the long summers when I was a kid. But whoa, what I was gonna say, about Golden Boy is the reason I was talking about Chip is that when Chip died, I was, as I was saying, distraught, and there was no really consoling me. I was so numb, and all I did, all I could do is, like, turn on the TV or read a book, and everything was super cynical and dark to me. There's a lot of that, I guess, in the zeitgeist, or at least 3 years ago there was, and it all just depressed me, and since I was a writer, I just started writing, although I don't know why I started writing a book, I just did. There's no thought involved, and it wasn't like I was writing a memoir for about Chip, obviously, because he was never a human football player, but, it
in
just
his mind, he was.
and yeah, and it was just I don't know, I just poured all that grief came out, and then I started remembering all the good times and things, and that all that energy and feeling just went into this book, and that was sorta how I got through it, I, ended up because it's a happy book, it's a laugh or a cry or kind of a book, it lifts people up, and I think I ended up writing the book that I wanted to read because it didn't exist.
Well, and I hear that from authors a lot, that they write the book they wanna read that didn't exist,
Yeah.
which is like an amazing way to think about it.
Yeah, but it wasn't a conscious thing, it just came out. I was like, "Oh, this is the story I needed to read when I was feeling bad about my dog," and I think, well, hopefully, I mean, anyone who's feeling bad or who's lost a pet or just is down will read the book and it'll cheer them up. That's really all I hope. it accomplishes, you know?
Well, and I love the idea of, like, if I sometimes on social media, I'll say things like, "If your dog had a profession, what would it be and why?" Right? And you get some really great answers, and I love that your golden boy would have been a football player. He's like, "I'm a football player. That's what I am."
Well, they're built for it, you know? Running around,
I'm so
sliding around,
curious.
falling in the mud, catching balls.
Right, I don't know if you've seen it. There's a guy on social who has, like, a husky and a golden retriever, and I think he has a 3rd dog too, that he does all these stunts where, like, he kicks a ball and it hits the roof and it goes here and it goes there, and one of the dog tries to make a basket with it, and then the golden retriever always smashes him in the head with the ball, and I'm always like, "How? How would you train a dog to, like, nose boop the ball into your face all the time?" It's hysterical. I delight in it. I'm always like, "Ooh, that had to hurt." But it's like it's so funny. But I do think, like, that sense of humor kind of does incorporate the golden retriever boys, that they're like, "I mean, I accidentally hurt dad, but it was a thing."
Yeah. It well, he's definitely the character in this definitely has that sorta goofy golden thing about him, you know, when he's with people, and he definitely has that, I guess that sixth sense where you can kinda sense people's moods and read people and read, um, you know, even tell whether someone is good or bad. You know, to me, I mean, all dogs sorta have that sense where, like
They do tend to be pretty good judges of character.
like, if your dog isn't, you know, is sorta wary around someone, that always makes me think twice. You know,
Yes.
and I said actually, I remember one time years ago at Starbucks, we had 2 German Shepherds, and they were out. I was sitting out in front of Starbucks having coffee. They were out like a light, and this guy walked by, and they both jumped up and started barking at him at the same time. I was like, "Wow, what is that guy giving off?"
Well, right, and is it just he's having a really rough day?
Yeah, well, he just but he I it was weird because I sensed it, but he was like, "Ooh," I just sensed it from the way he reacted. I was like, "Oh, okay. They're getting something off of him."
Yes, I mean, I have, over the years, lots of stories about my dogs paying extra attention to someone that then later on I found out, like, oh yeah, he has a pretty significant anger problem, or that person's an alcoholic, or whatever. I don't know that that was true in all cases, but at least in some of them. So so you wrote the book. Who's your target audience?
Um, well, Simon& and Schuster is calling it a young adult novel, which sort of tweens it up, but really, honestly, anyone who likes, like, a Disney movie
Okay.
is who this book is for, you know?
So this is not heavy lifting in the reading. This is like, I'm gonna enjoy my evening before I go to bed and read a book that's happy.
Right, it's like a snack. It's it's just
Popcorn.
yeah, it's fun, and it's, you know, I think I'm trying to think of it just I have this idea or this image in my mind, which is probably not super realistic, of just, like, the whole family sitting around reading from it, you know, at night
Right.
around the fire. It's like it's that kinda thing where, you know, you don't have to if you're a parent, you're not feeling embarrassed about what your kid is reading or having to say
Right.
things out loud, you know?
Right.
So, it's that kind of a book. It's a family book. It's for everybody.
I love that. That's great. So, do you think it's the first in a series?
Oh, yeah, it is now. Yeah, 'cause I have an idea for, a couple of sequels, and I'm right now actually working on a prequel that happens in the '70s with the main character's grandfather, sort of the same type, a nerdy, into science, loves animals, you know, trying to solve his problems with magic, and ends up sort of creating havoc.
Well, yeah.
I like the '70s because 'cause they're fun. There's no one was watching you know?
Exactly. As a fellow
Audience
Gen Xer,
participation.
I'm like, yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, they didn't ever know where we were.
Right. No
And my
cameras.
mom was home with us, and we still, it was like you got up in the morning in the summer and ate breakfast, and she was like, "Out you go."
See when the lights come on.
Well, I mean, we did circle back for lunch, but and sometimes we had a specific thing that we were gonna go do, but yeah, there was a lot of be home, at 5. When you turned 8 in my family, I tell this story all the time. When you turned 8, your birthday gift was a watch, and she showed you how to read it, and now you were responsible for what time you needed to be where. And it was like this interesting rite of passage. Like, and now you know what time dinner is. So, you lost Chip, and then Bubba, you were already shadowing with Bubba.
Mhm.
How long did it take Bubba to really be able to be your full service dog?
Maybe a year and a half. I mean, it takes a while because they have to train just as like a regular dog.
Right,
They have to do the medical stuff too.
right,
And I'm pretty remote. I'm out in Barnesville, Georgia, so there's not I have to have the people come when they can come to do
right,
to do their work.
right.
So, but he's doing so well. He's so smart. He's so sweet.
Well, and the ones that are busy are often very smart, right? They wanna do all the things. They're like, "I wanna learn all the things." So in thinking about the book, so you're gonna do a prequel,
Mhm.
which sounds really interesting. I can't so of course, the book isn't out yet, so I haven't read it. So I'm flying a little bit blind. I look forward hopefully I'll be able to get a copy
Oh yeah, we'll have to get your copy.
and learn about it. Um, and you said it's a feel good. It's not Old Yeller.
No, no, and it takes place in the South. It takes place in the Low Country on a
Okay.
fictional town called Sparta, South Carolina, right there near Charleston. That's still kind of out in the country. It's a small town with and basically the prep school where my main character Emma goes is the town industry, and their football team is the town's football team,
Well,
and
right. I mean, football in the South is a religion.
right, and her
It's
father's
a
the
big deal.
her father's the football coach. She has 2 big one younger brother, one older, but they're both, enormous football players. Um, and she's sort of caught in the middle. Her mom has died, and she's sort of taken over the role of the caretaker. She's the only girl in the family, and she's a science nerd. She has she's bullied. She doesn't really have any friends other than this dog Hudson that her mother bought her when she was young, just before she died. So she's sort of responsible for taking care of Hudson and just her best friend. And so when in the story, she's working on this formula for her science project to extend the life of dogs, starting with testing with fruit flies, turning on aging genes that fruit flies and humans and dogs all have in common. Because dogs and humans share like about 90% of our DNA, and about 50% of the DNA that dogs have isn't expressed. So she's like, let's see if there are similar genes, aging genes that humans and dogs share, try and activate those so that my dog can live as long as I do. That's her plan. Um, and she was working, like I said, she's working on it with fruit flies, experimenting with it. And then her dog gets sick, and there's nothing the vet can do. And the only thing that she can think of to do is to try this experimental serum on her dog to try and turn on those genes to make him live longer, but it activates more genes than she expected, and he becomes a human being.
But not a werewolf.
Not a werewolf. No, and he looks human. He actually becomes a hybrid. He looks human on the outside, but inside he's still a golden retriever, so he still acts like a dog.
I bet it's a riot.
Yeah, he's cute. Yeah, he's rides with his head sticking out the window and sticks his face in the plate and gobbles stuff up in front of people. And but he also has, what we were talking about, he also has that sense about who's good and who's bad. He can
Right.
tell. And obviously still has all that physical prowess that the dogs do, so he can grab a ball and just run. The problem is, when they're training him, he won't give the ball back. So they have to
So so a little bit of your guy shining. I'm not
mhm,
giving the ball back.
right. So they're trying to that's one of the biggest trying to get the ball away from 'em so they can continue practice.
So does Bubba have that problem too?
Actually, no, Bubba loves to bring the ball back because he could just chase a ball all day long.
He's like, "Throw it again."
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, again, again, again." He'll be panting and he just come
When my niece was a baby, you would do stuff with her, and if she delighted in it, she would say, "Aden, Aden," and you just would get "Aden" over and "Aden," and I always think, like, yes, that's like, the baby golden retriever, "Aden, do it again," and I was always I mean, they're just dogs in general, I think, have a magic
Mhm.
for a lot of us. Not everybody, some people don't like them, but they, and my cat too has a lot of magic. My vet's funny. She said cats are the if we found alien life on the planet, it would be a cat. She's like, I can make a cogent argument that cats are aliens, which was pretty cute.
That's so funny.
So the book comes out the end of
End of August.
August.
I mean, you can pre-order it now.
Okay. And
Everywhere, Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, the indie bookstore here has it, a lot
and
of
will you be doing a book tour, do you think?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm starting here with me in Barnesville and expanding around Atlanta and Macon, and then I'll be out in Savannah, hopefully up in
Well, if
Athens.
you wanna come to Athens, I'll host you in my training space.
Oh, I'd love to. I would do that.
You can come visit your alma mater.
Yeah, I would love to. That would be
That
awesome.
would be fun. Yeah, and maybe do a live recording. So and we have, indie bookshops here too, because college town, like, there's all sorts of fun stuff. So, is there anything else I need to know about the book?
Um, other than, it's a really fun read. It's a great book, and I have this plan just for anyone who loves dogs. Um, what I'm hoping to do is sell enough books so I can start a foundation that helps people who can't pay for their vet bills. When they like for their emergency bills.
Right.
And so that's my plan because actually Chip did have this condition that I ended up having to take him to UGA vet school for. Um, and I was thinking, gosh, if someone didn't have the money to pay for this, they would basically, either have to go into crazy debt or say goodbye to their dog. And I thought, there's gotta be some way to solve that. So that's what I wanna do is have a foundation, where it's really easy. You go into somewhere like UJ Vet School, they tell you what it is, and, just based on, like, credit score, whatever, or your income, you qualify for this amount, and it's paid for, and you don't have to think about it. You worry about your dog and the foundation takes care of the bills. So that's my goal, for writing the book. Hopefully, I'll be able
That's
to
a really beautiful goal.
hopefully start a Golden Boy Foundation.
It's hard because veterinary medicine has become very expensive,
Yeah.
and I see lots of people who had multiple dogs in the past who are like, "We have 1," because just the cost of owning and caring for them has skyrocketed like lots of other things. Uh, and then, yeah, our dogs are living longer, and so they're having more medical issues
Mm.
that we can manage sometimes that become pretty costly.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it is hard to be in the position of, making a financial decision about, like, can we do this? I totally maxed out a credit card in my 30s taking care of a dog. Um, and I'm glad I did it and I would do it again, but it was not comfortable.
Yeah, no, and just I mean, just getting a diagnosis is expensive. Just an MRI is thousands.
Yes. Yeah.
And you
Like,
travel. You have to be able to pay to, go to wherever it is that they actually can do an MRI for an animal and stay there
right.
and pay for the MRI. So it's a lot, you know?
Right. I did a recording with Dr. Aaron Malone, and there is new specific genetic testing, I wanna say, for hermangio. So, I wanna say she said the test is, like, around $150.
That's not terrible. No, that's
No, that's not terrible. I don't know what can be done to hold the disease off. Like, I am definitely not a medical oncologist for dogs, um, but she is, and she does telehealth. So she walks people through it. It's it's a really awful
no,
disease,
it is. It's devastating.
and
I
it's quiet,
Yeah,
so you don't know, like, life is going along, and then all of a sudden,
yeah,
it's awful.
and dogs are so stoic about, and you can't ask them what's wrong, and they don't show it until,
Yes.
it's really something.
Well, and especially a relatively young dog, like a 10-year-old dog, right? Like, that's a young dog. So they're like, "Oh, I'm fine." You're like, "Okay." Yeah. It's I look I look forward to a time when we can do more genetic testing and have a better idea of how to safeguard their lives
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit better. Get some more time, because I don't think any of us are ever ready.
No, no, never. It's never enough time, but you're always blessed to have whatever time you have.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and even dogs that I mean, I've taken in dogs that were seniors that, we had 3 years with, and I still was like, there was never enough time, and I wish I had more, and I wish I knew more. So,
Right.
that's part of the podcast is, like, learning more and hopefully screwing it up better each time.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of angels up there looking after you, which is nice.
I do. And actually, I'm at a point in my career where, like, a client dog passes nearly every day, and a family reaches out and says, "We remember when we took puppy class with you," or, "We remember when we worked on this or that with you with our dog, and we wanted to let you know that, we had to let them go today, but thank you so much for what you did." And I think to myself, that I get to touch the world in a hopefully a positive way is a pretty big blessing too,
Yeah, that's awesome.
right? Like, there are lots of jobs. I like to think that I'm shoving the world in a little bit of a positive direction. I at least try. So,
Right. And
and it
we're
sounds like Golden Boy does that too, that it's like, imagine your dog as
Mhm.
this thing, and I won't ask for a spoiler because I wanna read it. So,
Okay, well,
well,
yeah,
thank you so much for coming on the show and talking to us about your book. You are welcome to come back whenever you want or for any books in the future. And I will make sure that there's a link, and hopefully I'll get to meet you.
yeah, definitely. When I'd love to come up to Athens. I haven't been there in a while. I would love to come up. I actually want to come up on a football day.
It's still the same goofy town it's always been.
Mhm. And it shuts down.
Older, not sure we're any wiser. College towns are so interesting because they're just like their own little time capsules. Like,
Yeah,
I grew up near Cornell, and I look at, like, even here, it's the same issues, it's the same stuff in a different pair of pants. So,
yeah.
it
I would love
works out.
Athens.
But yeah, we'd love to have you.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to come back anytime you want.
So, if you're interested in ordering Golden Boy, we'll have a link in the show notes. I wanna thank AJ again for coming on and talking about his sweet novel, right? Like, the world's full of a lot of turmoil. It's nice to have a fun novel to read and one that the whole family can enjoy, and so, AJ, we wish you the very best. I can't wait to hear about how things go with the book and to hear about the prequel when it's time for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time out of your precious day and sharing some time with the Your Family Dog podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and go check out some merch. Maybe you'd like a new mug to drink your water out of that would help spread the word and support the podcast in a way that blesses you too. And we'll talk to you next time on the Your Family Dog podcast. That's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for spending part of your precious day with us. If you enjoyed the show, Be sure to follow, rate, subscribe so that you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on social media or email us at yourfamilydogpodcast@gmail.com. We'll see you soon.